Working on the animated pilot, deciding you can watch for a little bit. Don't freak out, just freak out.
Oh man, gross. Oh man, gross. Oh man, gross.
Be sure to donate. Either hit me up via PayPal, Cashapp. All donations go toward the making of this independent animated pilot. Everybody who donates, you'll get your name in the end credits. And if you donate over $100, you'll get producer credit. Totally hit it up because the more people that support this, the more I can get it done. The less I have to actually have a regular ass job, and I can just spend all my time doing this. Then I can just give you like unlimited episodes. This is a project that has taken me a long ass time to do. Yes, I started this project in 2013 when I first pitched it for a. Oh wait, that's right. Invincible's on. My bad. Sorry. I first pitched this in. Sorry, I was watching Invincible. I don't know what to tell you. In the background. I first pitched this to when I was a finalist, chosen as a finalist in 2013 for the MIA Animation Festival Pitch to the Industry contest. It's basically a animation festival that takes place here in Miami. I'm not sure if it's still going on. I'm sure it is. But they had a contest that was pitched to the industry, and people that had like the best ideas, they would get like 5 minutes to pitch to Cartoon Network, Disney, I believe Fox Animation was there, and the Third Room, I think, was there. And that's when I first pitched International Horror Association and Francis Square Places. And I totally suck at pitching, so it didn't work out. But that, at least at that time, I didn't have a script. I just kind of like had the comic, and I was like, oh, this would make a great animation. So this is this is my comic. And then I basically went and right away into making the script and what the script would be like and all that kind of stuff like that. And then I think I'm sure I had written the script already, like the following year, like, because I went right away and I did another animated pilot called "You Cannot Defeat My Technique," and then I entered that into the contest, and then that was finalist. Then I didn't win again, so I was like back-to-back finalists for 2013 and 2014, and it's really depressing to know that I like literally didn't win. But whatever, it's fine. It's just I suck at pitching. I get up there and I just fall apart. So I did the pilot. I did the script in between that time, between 2013 and 2019. Because in 2019 I actually started the pilot. I was like, I'm gonna draw this. Basically, I had a Microsoft Surface Pro, and I started drawing. I think I started doing this on Toonboom 10, and then I just started doing the pilot, and then I was just working on that, and then I got to like the first like 5 minutes or something like that, and then I stopped because it was just like other shit was getting in the way. I was also writing a lot at that time, and so that's what I wrote, the three scripts I wrote. Shannon, Full Moon Nights, and Helen Heels. And then I started converting Full Moon Nights into a novel and started doing that to Helen Heels as well. And then I started writing other scripts, and I was doing music too. I started doing music again, because I had stopped doing music in 2012. And then I picked it back up after 20, maybe 18 or something like that. And I was like, I didn't have any plans to go back to doing music, but I was like, fuck it, let me go back to it. And then because I guess I was just being creative all around, so I was like, you know what, I might as well. Or no, what it was is that I was doing when I did the animated pilot, or like the little animated clip that I pitched to the Cartoon Network and all that stuff, and like that was in 2013, and I the 2013, no, I got a friend, I got Andrew, I got Midnight to do the sound for that. And then I did, what did I do? It was, I did something that, like I had to make, it was Shannon. What am I talking about? That's what it was. So like I did Shannon in 2016. I started filming Shannon, the short film, and that was the cats. And I started filming Shannon in 2016 and finished it in 2017. And then I had to do Shannon was originally going to be like a 3 minute music video, but then it turned into like a an 18-minute little short film. And so I had to do the music for that. And so I was like, fuck it, I'll do the music myself, rather than get other people. That was because it was a pain in the ass. Nobody wanted to help at the time. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just do it myself. And then when I did it, the music again, it was like, oh shit, like I got the juices flowing again. And there was so much pent up in all those years since I hadn't fucking done. So I did like a fucking little EP, which was Handbook for the Recently Deceased. That you can get that on any of the streaming, or you can like go to my if you go to the El Topo QR code, which is the second from the last next to the Streamlabs one, you can, it'll take you to the YouTube playlist, and you can listen to all my tracks there. But yeah, so Handbook for the Recently Deceased, I did that at that time. And then, so that's when I started doing music again. And so there was a lot going on. I was doing a lot of different things. And then eventually, like, pandemic happened. And so I tried to get back into it then. But it was just like kind of pulling. I did like a little bit after that, I think. So I got to the point where like they shine the light off or something. It was like, no, I didn't do too much. It was just weird. And I kind of have ignored this for like a while, just because I've been doing other things. And honestly, like I was very discouraged by the animation, because I know it's not like, I personally feel it's not great quality. It's like, I've never taken an animation course in my life. So everything that I've done here, I've just learned it on my own. I bought like a book of Animate to Harmony. And it's basically by Adam Phillips, I think is his name. I can't see it here. I can't see it out here, but sorry. Yeah, Adam Phillips. Animate to Harmony. Amazing book. An amazing book that basically tells you everything you need to know about Toonboom Harmony. And with that, I kind of learned on my own. And I just been doing this on my own. Like, no one's taught me anything. I watch a lot of anime. I fucking pause shit a lot, and I watch a lot of cartoons since I was a kid. That's basically it. And so I wrote this pilot. I wrote the pilot for this and for Friends in Square Places after I wrote the 3 screenplays, because then I started. After I pitching the movies, I was like, I need to pitch a pilot, because it seemed like a lot easier. So I was like, oh, I might as well do the pilot for IHA, because fuck, I mean, I've got that shit, and I got the idea, and I've been trying to get it out, and so that's what I did. And and then that's when I started fucking doing it and all this kind of shit. And then I came to the pause where it was just like, I just didn't really, I was like, oh, this isn't like fucking great. It's not smooth. It doesn't look like fucking Lower Decks or some shit like that. So it was just like really discouraging. But then little by little, I would try to get back in, and then I would literally turn it on and I would just watch it. It would just stay on the screen all day, and I would be doing other things. And so that's all I did. I would just keep it on, so it's just on. So whenever I had the feeling to draw, I would go get up and boom and draw. And then I guess in the last year and a half, I started really, I just said, fuck it, we got to finish this, because I did The Strategist. So I wrote all these other scripts, and then I wrote this one script that I was going to film in my fucking thing, and I started in 2021. I started putting together The Strategist. And I had like a cast, I had everybody, I had a camera guy, I was ready to kind of go to film, but then I kind of ran out of money, and I'm like, man, I can't even afford like a pizza during this shit. And I wanted to get people together to do kind of like, to do a reading of the movie. And I couldn't get people together to come all at the same time. I couldn't get people, like Otto was like, Otto's the guy that's in this fucking thing. Otto Montchuruk. I couldn't get him just to come, because he's a really super busy guy, and he's like the kind of person that's like, oh, we'll just show up and do it. And I'm like, I really don't like that anymore. I know sometimes it works out, but I really don't like that. I like to get together with people and just kind of go through it at least once. And but then after we did the IHA, so then whatever, all that happened, and then I told him, hey, look, you know what? At some point, why don't you come over and we'll do the animated pilot real quick. And I was supposed to, it was supposed to be him. It was supposed to be Rudy Line Noise, who's another guy in the Creature Tweaker Council, and it was supposed to be Emerson, who's Emerson Breast Milk, who's another guy in the Creature Tweaker Council. It was supposed to be them doing the voices, but they didn't come over the night that Otto came by, and Otto brought Armando, who's Master Feathers, who's another guy, who's like another founder of the Creature Tweaker Council, and he also does live shows and he plays along with Otto. He does, he's one of Otto's like main like characters on stage, and so they basically were there, and these guys didn't show up, and I'm like, look, man, these guys didn't show up, so why don't you do the voice for one of them, and I'll do the voice for the other guy. And then that's basically what ended up happening. Like Armando did the voice for Ryan, and I did the voice for Pete, and then I had Otto do the voice for him, and then do the voice for the bouncer, and that's it. And then we got recorded and whatever. And then I did all the voices that I needed to do for me. I did it all myself, and fuck it. And then that's when I did the audio track, and then that's when I started animating the actual project. It's like sometime and I guess like in 2021 it must have been, because that's when we recorded the thing. I think either 2020. Yeah, I know, because we didn't record it during pandemic. It was in 2021. So yeah, so then now I stopped for like 3 or 4 years in between after I started doing the animation, and wow, it's been a crazy journey. And I just realized that I had to finish this, like since I didn't finish the movie, we haven't been able to film the movie, and the movie's still there. It's just, I know other movies have come out that have like had similar kind of like things in my movie, and I'm like, fuck. And every time that happens, I got to go back and change shit, and that happened like 3 times while I was just writing it. It's really weird. And so like, I kind of have felt very discouraged about just going and just filming this thing, because I want it to be really good, and I've had more ideas, and then there's just like one particular scene, which is like the most biggest major scene that I don't feel comfortable with, and I'm like, this thing kind of sucks. Like, I've got to think of a better idea, and then I have to go change to some other shit, and it's whatever. So and then now I'm thinking about doing a short film, but then I don't really want to. I want to do a feature. So there's a lot going on, and I'm like, you know what? I needed to finish the IHA, because I need to be more like finishing projects, not fucking like, oh, I wanna, and then nothing gets produced, like, years go by and shit, and I feel like this has been like hanging over me, so that like, if I can't finish this 21-minute fucking animated pilot by myself, how the fuck am I gonna do a movie? Sure, I did the fucking 20-minute short film, but that's not a movie. A movie's a lot harder. And I'm like, well, you know what? If I can do this animated short pilot, which is like insanely fucking hard, this is like the hardest thing I've ever done. Like, that'll give me the juice, the confidence, and more importantly, like, my goal is to use this to lure people in to want to really do the film. Because that's another thing, is like, I've gotten to a point in my life where, like, if I don't feel that the people really want to do this and really want to help, and they're really like, yeah, I want to go in. And I had told these people, like, yeah, I'll pay you like $100, or I'll pay you whatever, and like, I'll pay you is what I said. And then all of a sudden it becomes about the money. And here in Miami, that's like a kiss of death to projects. Like, you gotta really, the best projects that take off in Miami are when people are like, we don't give a fuck about money. But Miami's the kind of place where you have to give a fuck about money like 24/7, and it sucks. So and then it just, people don't want to give up their time, There's a kind of a blasé attitude here that people are like, oh, I'm too good for this time, So, and I really, like, a lot of my friends that I do, that I would have done, like, they're all grown up and have families, and none of them want to fucking, or got time to fucking waste on doing a film. So, this is where I'm at, I've got 2 cats. So yeah, I know this was a little short thing. I'm not going to really, I can't really show too much of this, because I want this to premiere in a film festival. So, but I do have to come back. I do have to do this more, because used to stream myself more doing. I used to stream the other. Like I think if you go back on my streams, I definitely on Twitch. I mean, yeah, Twitch, right? It's on Twitch, probably. I think it's on Twitch. Then you go on Twitch and I'll have old videos of me doing the animated from the beginning and shit. So you could see that. And I'm sure they're here. I'm sure I transferred them here. But yeah. So I just want to kind of get back into that groove and get back into the drawing and more importantly get back into streaming myself drawing. But I mean, again, I can only do that like in the weekends. It's really difficult for me to do that shit during the week. That's why I only do Hikultura every once in a while. Because it's just with work, this, that. It's just a lot, man. It's a lot. And I still got to write a bunch of shit. And this project is like basically only gets done because I say no to everything else. Like it was Ultra this weekend. It was Winter Music Conference this week. And I wanted to go. There's like 3 parties that I wanted to go to and see people and shit. But I'm like, dude, you know, I got to do this. This is more important. I'm not going to go out somewhere and spend like $90 to be standing there watching, you know, people play music and then be the whole time be saying I should be fucking home drawing, taking advantage of drawing, you know? So, yeah. I'm going to try and stream more. But yeah, that's about it. So, totally support. And if you don't want to donate directly, you can also buy my books, Full Moon Nights, Hell and Heels on Amazon. Full Moon Nights is a chronicle of my rave scene. Hell and Heels is an action adventure that takes place out west. Grindhouse thriller, mature audiences only. You can also like check out my Octo Taco shop. I have some comics for sale, so there's like a great ass X-Men collection that's there. So check that out, and you know, check out my TeePublic. That also helps big time if you buy my t-shirts. I gotta put new t-shirts up. I don't know. But this is the thing, man. Like I don't have time to go and put up new t-shirts. I don't have time to do other shit. I'm just doing this animation. This is literally all I'm doing. I come here. After I'm done with work, I go animation, sit down, and so it's tough. And I'm just like pacing around, you know. I'm just trying to fucking come up with the idea, see it in my head, and then I scratch down what it is, you know, to draw. So, so thank you for watching. If you watched or if you ever see this, you know, in the void of time, really appreciate it. You know, say hi to the aliens. Don't freak out. Just freak out.